Well, the setting. We recorded in a place called, I think a village called Monmouth, in Rockfield in Wales. And it was the first session we've done outside the borders of Finland. So it was green pastures and sheep and horses, and it was like a full-blown country place in the middle of nowhere, and it had a lot of history. There was, I think, Queen recorded Bohemian Rhapsody there, at least bits and bobs, and then Black Sabbath were recording there. Fields of Nephilim, who we just played with in London, they recorded Dawn Razor, their debut album there. So a lot of our idols had been there before, and then it was also, that's the first session with a now legendary John Fryer, who did stuff for Nine Inch Nails, their Pretty Hate Machine, and then Stabbing Westward, and all sorts of bands like that. So it was a lot of firsts. It was our first international, thingy. The biggest thing was probably the culture shock of trying to verbally explain what you want in the studio all of a sudden in English. So obviously you don't realize how much there's the terminology, the technical aspects, all the cabling and all the preamplifiers and the EQs and whatnot, and all of a sudden we've never used that terminology in English. So we're like, how's this going on, with the dictionary in our hands. But it went well, and the album did well. No, they weren't funny per se, It was like, in Finnish, backing vocals are stemmat, which translates into stems, which is not the same as harmonies, or backing vocals, or, backing harmonies or whatnot. So there was a lot of, little incidents like that, and if there's a, session with, let's say, 60 tracks, and you have 12 misunderstandings in the tracks, it turns into a completely different song. But no, I think the misunderstandings were with the locals when we got to the pubs and got wasted. It was good. We partied a lot there. It was fun. They had this guest book, like a log. All the bands that had been there had filled out. And what we decided to do was to hide a treasure underneath the tree. I can't remember what tree and how far from the studio, but we drew a map. And that'd be actually super cool to know if somebody went there and checked it out, so because it'd be interesting. Maybe it's still there. There was some clothing, few pounds, and stuff, but we had to do. I don't know. The Goonies in us.